Hampi, the timeless witness to India's ancient glory and mystique, a place of eternal legend, is a tale that transcends time. It predates the majestic Vijayanagara Empire, emerging from the archives of sacred Hindu texts like Ramayana and Puranas as Pampa Devi Tirtha Kshetra. Even in the modern day, Hampi remains an iconic religious center, housing the sacred Virupaksha temple, a living Adi-Shankara-linked monastery, and an array of monuments that belong to an era long past. In the 14th century, Hampi rose to prominence as a proud capital of the Vijayanagara Empire. Fortified and exuberant, chroniclers from the distant lands, including the Portuguese, penned enchanting tales of Hampi, narrating a prosperous, opulent, and a grand city nestled beside meandering Tungabhadra River. Temples, fertile farmlands, bustling markets, and architectural marvels adorned this landscape. By 1500 CE, Hampi Vijayanagara stood as the second largest city in the world, second only to Beijing, and quite possibly the wealthiest city in India, attracting traders from Persia and Portugal. Hampi's historical significance stretches far beyond its Vijayanagara era. It is named after Pampa, another name for goddess Parvati. The story unfolds in the Sthala Purana, where Parvati, known as Pampa, embarked on an ascetic journey on Hemakuta Hill, a part of modern-day Hampi, to win back Lord Shiva, referred to as Pampapati, denotes the husband of Pampa. The river flowing near Hemakuta Hill came to be known as the Pampa River, embodying Parvati's devotion. From Sanskrit's Pampa, the Kannada Hampa emerged, giving rise to the name Hampi. This place is immortalized in the Hindu epic the Ramayana, particularly in the Kishkinda Kanda, where Rama and Lakshmana encounter Hanuman, Sugriva, and the Vanara army in their quest to rescue Sita. The echoes of Ramayana resonate powerfully through the landscape of Hampi. Emperor Ashoka's rock edicts in Nittur and Udagolan, dating from 269 to 232 BCE, attest to Hampi's presence as a part of the Mauryan Empire during the 3rd century BCE. Brahmi inscriptions and the terracotta seal from around 2nd century CE have been discovered during excavations. The 6th to 8th centuries witnessed Hampi's mention in inscriptions of Badami Chalukyas as Pampapura. The 10th century marked a significant period when Hampi became a hub for religious and educational endeavors under the patronage of Hindu kings of Kalyana Chalukyas. Inscriptions from 11th to 13th centuries document the sacred significance of Hampi, featuring gifts to the goddess Hampa Devi. The Hoysala Empire, which ruled South India during 12th to 14th centuries, added to Hampi's legacy with the construction of temples dedicated to Durga, Hampa Devi, and Shiva, as indicated by an inscription dated around 1199 CE. The city also served as secondary royal residence, with one Hoysala king earning the title Hampeya Odia, signifying the Lord of Hampi. These rulers paid homage to Hampi under various names, including Virupaksha Pattana, Vijaya Virupakshapura, in honor of the venerable Virupaksha temple. The 14th century brought a tumultuous time to the region as the armies of Delhi Sultanate, led by Alauddin Khalji and Muhammad bin Tughlaq, invaded South India. The Hoysala Empire and its capital Dwarasamudra fell prey to these marauding forces. The Kampili kingdom emerged briefly, followed by its downfall at the hands of Muslim armies of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. In 1336 CE, from the ashes of Kampili kingdom, the Vijayanagara Empire was born. Over the next 2 centuries, it would establish itself as one of South India's most illustrious Hindu empires. The founders of Vijayanagara Empire, Harihara I and Bukka I, bear mysterious origins. Some speculate that they were commanders of the Hoysala Empire stationed in the Tungabhadra region to repel northern Indian Muslim invasions. Others claim them as Telugu leaders who seized control of the northern Hoysala territories. Texts such as Vidyaranya Kalakyana, Vidyaranya Vrittanta, Rajakala Nirnaya, Pitamaha Samhita, and Sivatattvaratnakara present varying accounts. In the midst of chaos after the fall of Kakatiya kingdom in Andhra, Harihara and Bukka, under the protection of Vidyaranya, assumed the throne. This new city was named Vijayanagara in 1336 AD. Under their rule, Vijayanagara Empire flourished, adorning Hampi with expansive infrastructure and splendid temples. By 1500 CE, it stood as the world's second largest medieval city after Beijing, and very likely India's wealthiest. This prosperity lured traders from across Deccan region, Persia, and Portuguese colony of Goa. The Vijayanagara rulers cultivated intellectual pursuits, arts, cultures, and maintained a potent military to defend their dominion. They invested in diverse developments including forts, riverside marvels, religious complexes, temples, shrines, pillared halls, memorial structures, gateways, stables, and water features. This diverse architectural landscape incorporated both Hindu and Jain monuments coexisting harmoniously. While the predominant architectural style remained that of South Indian Hindu traditions, but Hampi builders artfully integrated the elements of Indian architecture into structures like the Lotus Mahal, the public bath, and the elephant stables. Historical memoirs left by Portuguese and Persian travelers vividly depict the grandeur of Hampi. They describe the city as a vast metropolis enclosed within 7 concentric layers of forts, with the outermost layer dedicated to agriculture, crafts, and residences. Further inward layers teemed with vibrant marketplaces. Portuguese merchant Domingo Paes, who visited Vijayanagara around 1520, marveled its grandeur, comparing it to Rome and hailing it as the best provided city in the world. The year 1565 witnessed a grim turning point, the Battle of Talikota. In this heart-wrenching clash, the Vijayanagara Empire, besieged by Deccan Sultanates, faced a grievous betrayal of the most tragic kind. The fatal blow did not descend from the enemy's army, but rather sprang from the treacheries within their very own ranks. Colonial-era historians Robert Sewell and Jonathan Scott, drawing from the accounts of Firista, recount that the Vijayanagara army, teetering on the brink of victory, stood on the cusp of triumph. Yet fate took a cruel turn when, at a pivotal juncture, 2 Muslim generals, once loyal, abandoned their allegiances and defected to the enemy's side. Seizing the opportunity, the Sultanate's army captured and ruthlessly beheaded King Ramaraya, plunging the entire army into chaos and disorder, ultimately leading to their defeat at the hand of Sultanates. What followed was 6 months of pillaging, looting, and burning, reducing the city to ruins. Robert Sewell, in his book The Forgotten Empires, wrote, "With fire and sword, with crowbars and axes, they carried on day after day their work of destruction. Never perhaps in the history of the world has such havoc been wrought, and wrought so suddenly on a splendid city teeming with a wealthy and industrious population in its full plenitude of prosperity one day, and on the next day seized, pillaged, and reduced to ruins amid scenes of savage massacre and horrors beyond description." Italian merchant Cesare Federici, who visited post-1565, described a desolate city with houses empty and reclaimed by nature. More than 7 decades have passed since India's independence, yet Hampi remains a hidden treasure, obscuring by changing priorities in a secular state. It represents the historical amnesia afflicting the nation. The words of historian Will Durant ring true. Its evident moral is that civilization is a precarious thing whose delicate complex of order and liberty, culture and peace may at any time be overthrown by war and ferocious violence. The story of Hampi and Vijayanagara isn't just a story of empire's fall. It is a testament of enduring spirit of our civilization. Hampi, amidst its shattered splendor, calls out to us, reminding us that we are still here, 1 billion strong, and that the flame of Dharma, which inspired the Vijayanagara Empire, still burns in our hearts. The ruins of Hampi deserve the attention they have been long denied. As we strive to secure a future where our gods are revered and our ancestors are honored, we must ensure that our children are taught the historical melody that resonates within the stones of Hampi. Before the Marathas realized the dream of Haindavi Swaraj, there was Vijayanagara Empire, a stronghold that withstood the onslaught of destruction. The revival of Hampi could mark a significant step in the reawakening of the Hindu civilization. The story of Vijayanagara Empire's fall must not fade into oblivion. The ruins of Hampi should serve as an enduring reminder of the resilience of a civilization that refuses to fade away into oblivion.